Okay, so now that we've got through all that, I want you guys to think about what it means to be human. What what if the possibility that being human was simply our purpose, the human experience? So imagine that, you know how we think about some people think about the creator of us, of humans, as, oh, I don't know what that is, or I don't know, it's just energy, or it's just light, or what if that was true? What if it's not like a physical being? What if it is just something not physical, something that you can't see? And so what if the possibility of the great creator creating mankind so that they could incarnate the human body in order to have a human experience? What if they never, whatever the infinite being is, what if they wanted desperately to feel touch, show physical affection, show happiness through a smile, jump in the water, eat delicious food, smell beautiful aroma? What if they don't have what we have here in the human form? What if we wouldn't have those things if we didn't have time? I believe that space there's no time, there's no time limits, there's no end. It just goes on and on. But here, in this human form, we experience something called limited time. I believe that limited time gives humans this sense of, I guess you would call it life. Without death, you don't have life. So we have to experience death. We have to experience sadness for happiness. We kind of know this. We've had this run around, a bunch of times, I think, before. That's why we believe we only have moments of happiness, because you couldn't always be happy, because then you wouldn't know happiness if you never felt sadness. It goes the same thing with life and death. If we had unlimited time, if our vessels, human body, just stayed the same always and forever, how would you think about life? Would you want to pursue anything? Would you have a need or necessity to finish anything, to accomplish anything, to be anything? Would you want to make a life, be a better person, do all of these things that we do as a human? Would you love the same? Would you love at all? These are questions I wonder so often about what time means, because out there's no time restraints. Could you imagine living in a world where we didn't have death? We didn't have to fear death. We would have no goals, no motivation, no excitement. Imagine if you lived in a world without touch, without sex, without a smile, without a steak. What if you could experience that in a virtual world, but you wanted so badly to experience it for reals? For reals. Okay, so what if all we are is just a human experience? What if all we are is just like going to Disneyland? It's just an experience. And we're not taking that experience the way that we're supposed to here, because we want to, I think that if that is true, that they don't want to incarnate a body that is going to have a bad experience. But it seems like every human is going through something with it comes down to ailments and depression and all kinds of things, hunger and sex trafficking, and just all kinds of things are going on. And I believe that we are not supposed to be going so fast with all the technology, because once we go to that level, we become them. The human experience is one unlike, I don't think, anything before. Our planet is made specifically for us. The oceans are made for us to gaze at and the fish to swim in. The mountains are for the snow and us to play in, and all of those things. Everything is made for us. We have to enjoy it. Our bodies are made for us. The thing that came along with the human body was the ego. And I think that this is what's taken the world a little out of control here, because we're forgetting what humanity is, what it means to be humane. We forgot about each other. We forgot to love one another. We forgot what love is, because we're so consumed with technology, because we're so consumed with what other people think about us, how many items or materialistic things we can get to show up to fill a void. We all know this. What if I told you I lived in other countries, in villages, in third world countries, with some places had no running water, other places we hunted our own food, and they were the happiest I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen an American that happy before. I didn't even know happiness until I went to these places. I suggest to you all to think about your life as a human experience, to enjoy your day. Take care of your vessel. Remember what the human experience is about. It's about community. It's about each other. There is no need for hate, jealousy, fear. The only thing that we can do to make anything better is to have our community. Put your phones down, pick up a board game, pick up the deck of cards. Remember what it is to be a human, because what if it is just an experience?